Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for Let's Talk F1. It is the F1 show. I am joined, as always, by Charl. Chris, unfortunately, can't make it, but he'll be here for qualifying and the race. But Charl, how are we doing?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Busy day. Just uploading the Chelsea show onto Football Fan app. So if you haven't checked out the Football Fan app, please do. It's a great place for football fans to chill and watch other content. Looking to move a lot of our content, a lot of our shows are going over there. So it's all good. Let's go through some comments. Prime says F1. Yes, let's go. Absolutely. Cop, big up. Cop says, hello, Prime. I can see you gas for this one. Hello, Devon. How you doing? Good. What about you? Nice. Just finished my second practical exam. I'm done for the afternoon. That's nice to hear. Nice to hear. Nice. Chris says, big up the panel. Sorry, I can't make it. Hopefully I'll be mentally up for qualifying and the race. Absolutely. Looking forward to a Manchester derby. I hope City destroy us while he gets sacked. How old are you still in school? Ollie is well class. Don't let him leave. What a manager. 33 in graduates MD school. Nice. I'll give you my opinions in the comments for just today. Absolutely. Last time out in America, obviously at the Circuit of the Americas, practice times and history looked like it was going to be another Lewis win. It looked like Lewis had the advantage over Red Bull. Valtteri looked strong. And then qualifying, Max Verstappen puts it on pole, just easily does it. I'll just chuck it on pole. And then in the race, Max Verstappen just outdone Lewis on strategy. I just think Red Bull had the complete advantage. I thought they came in at the right time. They prevented Lewis from undercutting, made Lewis go onto the overcut. Lewis couldn't do anything. Yeah, he closed the gap. It was very difficult for Max, I thought, towards the end of the race when Lewis had more tyre than Max. But ultimately, I thought it was quite an easy win for Max Verstappen. And look, Max Verstappen is currently at the top of the championship. And for me, it doesn't look like he's going anywhere, Charl. The championship is heating up. I think the gap is 12 points, if I remember. If I remember correctly.
That's correct.
Let me. Oh no, I don't want F1 stream. Fuck off. F1. There we go. But yeah, there's a 12-point gap now sitting between Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. So, even if Max Verstappen finishes second, Lewis wins the race, Max still retains the top of the leaderboard with 5 races to go. Well, actually, I think F1 are saying 4. I thought we had 5. I thought we've still got Brazil, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and actually no, it is only 4. It is only 4 with Mexico, obviously.
4 with Mexico being out.
Yeah, so
we only have
obviously
Sao Paulo.
Next we've got Brazil, then we've got Qatar,
Saudi Arabia, and then Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, so it is only 4 races left. Mexico, if Max wins Mexico, I don't see how anyone other than Max Verstappen wins the title. I think Max is smashing it. I think Lewis and Mercedes have tried drawing Max into a sort of mind games being played. But I think Christian Horner has seen right through it. Don't forget, Horner has been through this many a times before. in terms of Sebastian Vettel. Won all his titles at Red Bull under Christian Horner. Horner has seen these sorts of things. He knows what it's about. He knows what to say to Max. But ultimately, I think Max knows what to do. Charl, how impressed have you been with Max so far through the first 17 rounds of the F1 Championship? And if he wins again and he extends it by a further 7 points, that would probably, that's 19 points between him and Lewis. That is a big gap that Lewis is going to have to try and undo in 4 races. And I don't think, judging from how Red Bull are normally quite strong at Brazil, and they've also very strong at Abu Dhabi, I don't see how Lewis wins this. He has to. I think this is a must-win Grand Prix for Lewis Hamilton. Must win.
Do you know what? Chris has actually put it really well in the comments. Only Max beats Max from here. And that is the only way that I see Max losing.
Yeah.
For such a young, I know he's not young in years, but as a young driver with not as much experience as Lewis, he's really kept his cool. He's kept his head down. He's worked. He's focused. He's determined. He's set a goal, and he is on target to get that goal. Really impressed with him. Yes, there's been a few hiccups, but I think every F1 season is supposed to have hiccups. I don't think it's supposed to be a perfect season. It's F1. I think Max has really held his own. I think for Lewis, unfortunately, this is a must-win. Lewis has to win this to even be able to keep talking about it. Because if Max wins it again, Lewis doesn't really stand a chance, to be honest.
Yeah, 19 points. That's 3 races.
Yeah, there are a few races coming up that are in Red Bull's favour and not Mercedes.
Yeah, no, it's for me. If Max wins this race, Lewis has to win all of the races. He has to win the next 4, because even if he doesn't, he'll only extend the gap by 2 points. If Max wins that, he wins it. So this is a must-win, because for me, if Max Verstappen wins this race, Lewis Hamilton has to win in Sao Paulo in Brazil, has to win in Qatar, has to win in Saudi Arabia, and he has to win in Abu Dhabi. He's not won in Abu Dhabi in quite a while as well. So for me, this is a huge weekend for Lewis Hamilton. And for me, title decider is in Mexico. Also, if Max Verstappen wins his race and he wins in Brazil, he's won the title. He has won the F1 Drivers' Championship and would prevent Lewis Hamilton from getting his 8th Drivers' title, which would make him surpass Michael Schumacher, which nobody wants. So it's a huge weekend for Mercedes and for Red Bull. No Wolf, it's douche. Love it. Hey, Charl, your favourite subscriber is here, says Wolf.
Yes, let's go.
Still celebrating the 91st minute equaliser. Yo, Zach, hide your oils and fossil fuels, everyone. Zach is here, US. Only Max beats Max from here. Hello, Wolf, nice makeup, Charl, says Zachary. Big up all in the chat and the panel. Thank you. I warn people in the summer break came at the right time for Red Bull, so they could focus back on Horner's experience from 10-13 when Red Bull dominated. There's no question. There's no question that the summer break came at the right time. There's no question about that at all. Obviously, what happened in Silverstone, where Lewis Hamilton tried to kill Max Verstappen because just beating him wasn't good enough. He wanted to murder him. So you had that as well. Then you had Valtteri Bottas playing 10-pin bowling in Hungary, first corner. So yeah, I thought it did come at the right time. Max was on the ropes. It was very much like a boxing match, right? It was very much like, Lewis had Max on the ropes. Max was all over the place, not by his fault, but he was all over the place. Obviously, yeah, you had all of that. Then the summer break comes after Hungary. Then they go to Spa. The race doesn't have the race does happen, but it happens for 2 laps behind a safety car, half points, and all of that. So you had all of that to deal with. Then obviously he wins his home race in Holland, wins in but basically I think he's won most races. Italy chucks both of them out, doesn't pick up points there. But for me, it's such an important race for Lewis. But the summer break did come at the right time, didn't it, Charl? Max was on the ropes. He was. And again, not really his fault. I mean, the collision at Copse for me is all Lewis. He needed to have gave more room going in at Copse like that. Then Hungary again, not Max Verstappen's fault that Valtteri Bottas decided to try to play 10-pin bowling. So the summer break came at the right time for Max Verstappen, didn't it?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. It definitely gave him that minute to kind of calm down, regroup himself, sort himself out for the kind of next kind of go ahead,
Yeah, it's certainly a good one. Some more comments here. Chris Wolf says, any Canadian F1 drivers? Yes, you've got Lance Stroll. Lance Stroll in the Aston Martin. I completely agree. Must win for Lewis. Absolutely. Charlotte still has my Avi. Absolutely. Let's talk F1 Championship. Absolutely. Niall, are you doing a watch on for the Manchester Derby? I am. I actually was prepping the thumbnail for that last night, as well as tomorrow 12:30.
Damn, I'm watching the women's football.
Damn. But yeah, I was prepping the thumbnail and the overlay for that last night, as well as the Sheffield Wednesday versus Plymouth Argyle thumbnail and overlay with a new scoreboard. We've got a brand new scoreboard just for the FA Cup, so tune in to that as well. Only if Alex Tellers plays Mustafa, he will. Only if Mason Greenwood. No, I'm joking. We'll do it. Man U 0-7, but still Ollie backed, Pep sacked. Most likely. Lewis still has that risk of not changing the whole power unit. Absolutely. If he does change that power unit, title's done. 1-0 Southampton already. I'm going to support Aston Martin F1 from now. Absolutely. Good idea. Max Verstappen deserves massive credit. Normally pressure be on him. I mean, he doesn't feel pressure of his first title challenge. It is his, and this is the key thing. This is his first ever title challenge. He's never really been in a title fight before in F1, and he has dealt with it as well as he could. He has just literally sat back and been like, mind games, leave. Everything. I'm calm. I know what I need to do. I know I need to win races. I'm relaxed about the situation. For me, Max Verstappen has ultimately been incredible. The way he has dealt with the pressure, the way he's dealt with Lewis Hamilton. I think back to the Monza incident being quite a turning point of their second half of the championship, where Max is quite a feisty one. He won't leave much room, but tell me an F1 driver that does. A winner, that is. Ayrton Senna certainly didn't. Michael Schumacher certainly didn't. So for me, the best drivers have never left much room. I can think of Senna chucking Prost off in Suzuka. I can think of Prost doing exactly the same, but this time at the chicane after T40. These are big moments in F1 title challenges and title charges from some of the best F1 drivers in the world. Alain Prost, Ayrton Senna, Michael Schumacher, even Lewis Hamilton to a degree has been a bit like that. So it's an interesting one. It really is an interesting one. And it is Max's first title challenge. And we've seen what happens when Nico Rosberg is a prime example. He won the title, he left. Max Verstappen ain't doing that, right? And I also feel that the title has been a lot less toxic than it was back in then. I mean, I think the Hamilton Rosberg title challenge will go down as arguably one of the best title challenges ever because of just how toxic it got. But this one has had, boiling points added to it as well. It's been a really great championship so far, and I think it's slowly coming to an end. I don't think we'll even get to Abu Dhabi. I don't think the title will be decided in Abu Dhabi. Heck, I'm not even sure if it will be decided in Saudi Arabia. I think the title gets decided either in Brazil or Qatar. If Max wins today, all he needs to do is win one more race. Once he does that, he's the F1 Drivers' Champion of 2021, and what an achievement that will be for him. And Red Bull. Also, we need to talk about Red Bull. Red Bull normally are very strong at the end of the season. They have been throughout the last, however many years, 4 or 5 years. They've really turned it on in the second half of the championship. And it's always been criticised. It's always been criticised at them that they've never started well. They've never had the reliability or the car under them to start a charge from the very, very first race. They delivered it this year. They delivered it. They had that car. The car looked very good in pre-season testing. The car looked good in Bahrain. Then obviously, we got further into the title and it looked really good. Charl, for me, Red Bull, they started really strong. They had the car from day one, from lap one of the first race. How much is that been important for Max Verstappen?
Yeah, I think it really has, to be honest. But I don't just think that's important. I think the fact that Red Bull have been really consistent this season with their plan management for races as well. I think that's also played a part in it. I think there are a lot of parts that have played, including the fact that Christian Horner has been very, very continuous in Red Bull, and there's not been any drastic changes. It's been honest, blunt, we need to get this done, let's do this kind of way. There's not been any fuckery, there's not been any messing about. It's literally, I want to win this, do you want to win this? Yes, well then do this plan. They haven't fallen for Mercedes' game plan either, which is just petty as fuck. I didn't realise he was still in primary school, but
welcome to F1. That's not just Mercedes. That is we've dealt with petty before in Formula 1.
But I think Max has really handled it really well. The amount of pressure that's been on him for not as an experienced driver as Lewis Hamilton, who's been around for a long time, the fact that he's handled this so well is amazing. Yeah, I'm really impressed, to be honest.
Yeah, me and you both are. I think, Max has dealt with it perfectly. Cop says, what a goal by Armstrong. Wolf says, Charl, your thoughts on WWE releases?
I don't actually watch WWE anymore.
I hear that. Nicholas Latifi, also Canadian for Williams. Absolutely, I forgot about him. Everyone loving the Argyle podcast. Only been up for an hour and 16 comments. Love to see it. Max took it like a champion. Conte has demanded to be given a new special therapist in order to understand why Spurs have this habit of bottling. Is he actually? That's mad. All you can do is do all you can to win. That was a bit of a tongue twister there, Chris. Max just needs to finish above Lewis in the next remaining races. Absolutely. Why is Lewis Hamilton hated? Hypocrisy. It's probably number one.
How long have you got, Wolf? That's the question.
Do you know what? And I don't hate him for obviously some people, narrow-minded fuckers will hate him because he's black. That's not why I dislike him. because I actually supported Lewis Hamilton when he first got into F1. So it's not because of the colour of his skin. Admittedly, for some disgusting fuckers, it will be. And they're just scum of the earth. Welcome to, well, you know, just fuck off. I dislike Lewis because of his hypocrisy. I dislike of my dislike of Lewis is, you know, this whinging, this crying out as a baby, week in, week out on the radio. Just get on and drive, mate. Just get on and drive. Look, some like Lewis, some don't. I've gone off him. I also find him very American. I've sort of, Lewis has sort of gone to America. He's sort of American now. So for me, yeah, I have reasons. I also don't think he's been particularly challenged by any of his teammates, barring Nico Rosberg. So I don't hate Lewis. I dislike him. He's not my favourite driver. I could probably name 18 other drivers that I prefer over Lewis. I just don't like him. I just don't like the way he acts, the way he goes about his business. But that being said, he's still won 7 world championships, whether that be rightly or wrong, in terms of how many is he actually challenged, because a lot of it Valtteri has not really challenged him. And I don't think Ferrari ever did challenge him. I know that they were title fights, but I don't think Vettel and Ferrari ever really got it right to challenge Lewis. That's just my view. But yeah, USA number 1. We don't want Lewis. He is a red coat through and through. Don't know what red coat means. Schumacher wins a title in a shit car. That is very true. I watched Schumacher documentary. It was amazing, by the way. I'm a neutral to F1, but I put it into context. Absolutely. From what I've heard, yes, Conte wants therapy for managing a wanker club. Ouch. But this race, briefly talk about it. It is Checo Perez's home race, obviously in Mexico. But it's a big race, not for Perez though, but for the title. Valtteri Bottas is led in F1 first practice, with Hamilton second and Max Verstappen third, Perez fourth. Again, very similar to America. I don't think you can look at that too much. Charl, who do you think wins this race? Because for me, as I've said, it is a must-win race for Lewis. Do you think he'll pull it out of the bag? Do you think he can pull it out of the bag?
No.
Nice.
He still has only done half his engine. And this is going to be the absolute downfall of Mercedes, because Mercedes thinking they're being clever and leaving it to the last minute. But, I mean, I just have a gut feeling it's going to fail. So, you know, I'm personally seeing a Max Hamilton Perez race with Perez third.
Interesting. Obviously, if Lewis falls any further from second, it will be curtains for the title. Curtains, absolute curtains. But it's going to be an interesting one. Charl, it's a stupid question, but Max, he's going to win the title, isn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
Ask a stupid question, get a simple response, I guess. But yeah, there's not really much else to talk about. These shows aren't awfully long, the F1 show. Obviously, we'll be back for F1 qualifying tomorrow and the race as well. I don't judge practice, mainly figuring out their race strategies, also data. Yeah, I agree, Chris. I tend not to look too much into practice. The proof will be in the pudding tomorrow with qualifying. So we'll see what Max can do then. But that's it, really. We'll be back at 9 p.m. for the United show. Chris says Verstappen, Hamilton, Perez. That's my prediction for the weekend. I would probably agree with that. Yeah, F1 show at 9 p.m. tonight. Tomorrow, Manchester Derby watch along. Sheffield United Plymouth Argyle preview will be out tomorrow as well. F1 qualifying as well. We're also going to do hopefully an FA Cup watch along, providing on timings and all of that. And then on Sunday, Sheffield Wednesday versus Plymouth Argyle live from 12 p.m. For that watch along. I will be by myself because it's the first time I've ever been able to do a watch along of Plymouth Argyle, so I'm very excited about that. Been prepping the thumbnail and the overlay as well. Recent tracks been Mercedes tracks and Max still finished above Hamilton.
Chris agrees on my predictions. Thank you, Chris, for agreeing with mine.
Chris has also said recent races have been Mercedes tracks, which has been true. Turkey and America were both Mercedes strongholds, and Max has won both. Well, not won both, come second in Turkey, won America. Mexico is more of a stronghold for Mercedes as well. And then we're going to at least 2 tracks at Red Bull, and he only needs 2 wins at the moment. If he wins today, he only needs 1 win at 2 Red Bull strongholds. So for me, I'm quite calm. Title seems to be decided already, not mathematically, but I think it's fair to say that this title has been decided. But before you do go, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Check out our socials, Twitter, Let's Talk EPL, Instagram, Let's Talk EPL _ and on TikTok, Let's Talk Premier League. You can find me on Twitter at Niall _ PAFC. Charl, where can they find you?
You can find me on here. You can find me, on here quite a lot. So tune in because I'll be on the F1 shows. So this weekend.
Chris says I called it Max to win at the summer break.
So did me and Niall. Let's not all be like I called this and we all fucking did, Chris.
I called it at the start of the season.
Cocky now, come on.
No, I mean I called it on the channel that won't be spoken about. I said it on there that Max would win the title, and I'm right, and they will cry. But yeah, it's a good one. It helps when Hamilton does Hamilton not changing the whole power unit. Take care both, and Chris is loving life. Back at 9 p.m. But until then, guys, thanks for watching and peace out.